The thing is, there is some resources which is more on hot planets, more on temperate planets, more on cold planets, and you will learn by time which ones are where. So it's very hot here, and I actually wanted to see if there was any crystals, stone crystals. There is some not too far away. I should be able to survive going there. Because the thing is, it's a load of money, if not anything else. Oh, I agree. I usually say when people ask me what's the most important thing in the game, my first response is always learn to survive the different environments. And when you have that, then you need to learn to survive things like pirates, other annoying things which happens, even sentinels. And one of the things is learn to when to fight and when not to fight. I think you fell off the stream, but I robbed a depot which had sentinels to protect it. I took a, well, it was a calculated risk, so I robbed it, and then I fought the first wave of sentinels. Then I hid until they lost me, and then I took off. So yeah, but I mean, one thing you can do is you can actually practice pirates, and there is a couple of tricks which I think might be beneficial for you. But you need to get to the step where you it's a little bit of a catch-22. You need to learn to fight the pirates to actually get the help to fight the pirates. And that might sound a little bit dubious, but the thing is, you need your freighter, and then you can hire some people to fly with you in a platoon. I don't know if you noticed, I have a couple of ships coming and helping me every time I fight something, and that's my platoon which come to my aid when I need them. Basically, when something attacks me in space or flying. Yeah, but again, one of the best things you can do is make a short key for your shield refill. That will help you. It's quite simple to do it. You just press X and get it up. Of course I can't do it here, but oh, you can. I have bound mine to my one key, and you do that by pressing X and then Control 1 when you're on it, and then it's bound to 1. So when I press 1, I get it up, and then I can press F twice to refill whatever it suggests. And when you're in battle, it will always come up with your ship's shield first. So that's one of the first steps of survival is actually protect yourself. And whether it's your ship or your exosuit, always make sure your shieldings are topped up. That helps you a lot. Yeah, there's a couple of things which is smart to just have on one key, and then it makes it much quicker for you, and the quicker you are, the better you actually are in the situation. Because you can deal with any pirates as long as they don't kill you first, so to speak. So if you can just protect yourself, then yeah, they can do the same. But if you manage to get their shield down and start damaging their ship, that doesn't repair, but their shield might do, of course. So I'm actually stupid, aren't I? That's the one I have dug out, yeah. I think I'm good here. So what else do we have in this system? No, I can't see. That one I can't see because they're behind that planet. Okay, so let's take a little trip to the space station. Oh, no. Actually, no, let's do that. Oh, sorry. That was weird. That was weird. Well, I could go, but I just want to take a look at that one. I don't think I ever scanned that. It looks cold. Yeah. So we talked about certain things are on warm and cold planets. dioxide is mainly on cold planets, so that's one thing which make a note of, that it's on cold planet if you need it. Pyrite is in the other direction, it's always on a very warm planet. So there are things which kind of stack on certain types of planets. So, but I do think, let me just land. But I do think if you go in on the materials, yeah, they do say on them where they are typical found. So dioxide, as I said, on cold, uranium on radioactive environments, ammonia on toxic, pyrite on desert warm, paraffinium on tropical. And it does show you where it actually come from. That's something I haven't even found. That is a little bit embarrassing. Oh dear, dearest. But it does help you a little bit, especially with the so-called exotic things. Difficult is copper. Yeah, you can get that on all planets which has a yellow sun. But activated copper is a little bit more tricky to find, but it needs to have a yellow sun. So you need this, you know it's in the system, but which one? So that's the cold one, and that's one I didn't get, so yeah. So what I'm going to do now, the reason I went to the space station rather than somewhere else, is that I have a horrible tendency to actually fill up with certain things which I should have sold a long time ago. Most will know that I am hoarding. That one I was going to save. That one I already have all as his, so, and the same with that. So the other ones I'm actually saving. Those for ships I'm actually saving. So, but getting those extra nanites can be practical sometimes. Again, it's not something I overly need, but I mean, I might want to do something one day which actually require a load of them. So think about it. If I really find that multi-tool which looks exactly like I wanted, and I can only get it as a A or B and want to upgrade that to a S, then it costs nanites. kind of in the game where I don't have the overly need for it, but yeah, that is just sometimes it's pure greed, and I admit that I wouldn't need to do that. But then on the other hand, things get so predictable if you suddenly don't do what you don't have to do, because I think the routine with the game is kind of nice to have. You follow the standard paths to a certain amount of game time, and then you, as I said, you calculate risk and benefits. There are things we haven't done yet, and we will. No doubt about that. I will do anything to actually show everyone as many aspects of the game as we can. Might be things we fail on doing, who knows? Well, I must admit I am farming a little bit of tritium right now. And what else comes out of the asteroid, just to make sure I don't have to spend the whole day doing it, for instance. So doing a little bit here and there is not a bad thing. Then when I get enough, well, onwards we go. I don't want to go too... It's just a path which take us towards the galactic core. You actually don't have to follow it. It's really up to you. You can jump around as you like. If you want to go to this red star down here, you can look at it. It doesn't have any available data, so that means that there are probably no space station, or if there is, it might be abandoned. There are two or three planets. The reason I say it like that is one of them could be a moon, but I don't get that information up. I can warp there and check. The only thing I know for certain with a system like that is that there will be cadmium on the planet, because it's a red star system. The same if I go up on the green one. Well, it's exactly the same. There is no information of whether there is a space station. I'm going to the red one just to have a look, see if I'm right or wrong. Because after all, that's kind of the best way of finding out. So it doesn't look like there is a space station. So when I go in here, it will tell me there are 3 planets. So the small one was a planet, it was not a moon. Fine. That I'm not going to be too annoyed with. First planet is blighted. The salvage scrap can give some money. Fungal mold, cadmium, ammonia, So ammonia means it's actually a toxic planet in some way. I knew that from Blighted. That's one I have decoded, but else. And then magnetite. That's not really. It wasn't overly interesting. So, violent planet, activated cadmium, basalt, and silver. Basalt comes on volcanic planets, so I know violent and stuff which is connected with volcanic, then it is probably very volcanic planet. And what's the last one? There, going a little bit towards it. And that is grassy planet. So that means it's almost a paradise planet, but there is a little bit wrong with it. Is it something which is a problem? I will let you judge when you land on grassy planets. It can be anything or nothing. It's not really to say. It could be a weather thingy. It's most likely is, but as I said, it could be anything. So we are on the red sun. That is not a problem for me. So I'm coming down to something there. Wonder what that is. I didn't actually see what the advertised plan said, so let's go and land and have a look. Oh, I think I managed to hit the ground. So temperature 13 degrees, that's not too bad. So it comes with boiling puddles, and that of course is the reason why it's not paradise planet, even though it has the almost requisites for it. There was not much though. Flying animals, birds, whatever. It's not always birds, even though it looks like birds. But let's just scan a few things. It gives coins. So there's cobalt, and I'm actually going to farm that. I was just going to see what was this actually. Oh, the star brown. Okay. They are useful together with the cactus flesh, so it's actually one you want to stock up on them if you want to produce things to get some money out of. And then there's a valley there. The reason I always kill them is that I always end up in a situation I forget they're there, and then they attack me and always make me almost do bad things to myself. So I said I was going to take the cobalt, and I'm not actually going toward it. I'm a weird guy, I know. However, I thought there was cadmium nearer, and my thought was actually that I could easily just go down and get that and then go over to the cobalt. So why am I suddenly interested in cobalt? I've been actually not taking that for a long time. Well, I actually realized one thing, that I should do more with the batteries for my protection on planets, because that will make me more not reliant on having resources. Not that I'm going to not have resources, but it's easier to use batteries, and they are actually kind of cheaper in use. So that was my thought behind that. So cadmium. Again, I do have it in stock. I have quite a lot, but I do like to be able to kind of repair everything if needed. I do find it very annoying if something breaks, and it does sometimes. Especially if you fight with things, then you will get into situations where something breaks because you are too slow, too busy to actually do the proper thing. And now I'm taking down a tree. That was not what I wanted, but okay. If you remember, we talked about carbon. Taking down a tree gives you 100. So what do you think I rather want? Taking 10 at a time in a hydroponic bay on a station somewhere, or go and kill some trees? Well, if I really needed carbon, I would do the trees. Just saying, and it's not about being arsy. Again, I couldn't care less whether someone would rather want to do it on the space station because it's in a kind of safe environment. That's fine. I won't say that there is sometimes reason for doing it that way. Yeah, of course. That's one of the smart things about the game. It actually sometimes change the situation, so you have to do differently than what I'm telling you, for instance. And just remember, whatever I say, it's not a manual to what's right or wrong. All I can contribute with in that direction is always what comes out of my experiences. And mostly it is my own experiences, but of course if I get stuck, I will check off with others what they have done in the same situation. Sometimes I go on YouTube or on Reddit. I have been using that kind of a lot as well, and I try to find, and I go to the No Man's Sky wiki, which can be helpful with certain things. So I can get stuck like everyone else, especially when I run into something I have no clue about. And it does happen. I've not been through the whole game, and I will not try to say I have. That would be a lie. You are in front of me. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess not. So, some animals. What then? What then? No buildings. That's a little bit. Oh, there's more cobalt. Wrong. But this is useful. Wait, is this? Do not attack me. You're not dangerous. Why did you attack me? I might have hit it with the superheated rainstorm incoming. Nice. And I'm quite a bit away from my ship. What do I do then? Well, I want that one. I want to kill that one. I want to kill that one. And that one. So how long does this last? That's a good question, I don't know. Turns rather hot, so let's give it a couple of minutes. I miss the good old days when you got emails from some Nigerian prince who needed to get rid of all his money and chose me to do it. Now it's freaking people telling me I have won something or a claim has come true. And it's so stupid it hurts. It's one of these things I don't understand, how people can actually think anyone would fall in their little traps. I just need to check something before I do it, what I actually use with the ion battery. Cobalt and ferrite dust. The reason I'm checking is that I don't want to use my dihydrogen for this right now, so just make so I have a portion, and that's kind of good because ferrite dust I have loads. Honestly, I do. I have produced this from it, and I have on the freighter several stacks which is full, so that's not a problem. Cobalt I can get, and I'm going to get some more when this weather is just for the same reason, and then I have so I can make, actually can't remember, but I was actually thinking about having a stack of cobalt out here so I can use it if I want to. Okay, weather has turned good again. Oh, yeah. Damn. Started scanning and I let go. That was stupid. So that cobalt. That's the one I just did. Cadmium. Cobalt, ship, cadmium, hazardous plant. So cobalt is the nearest, so that will be what we start with. Oh, those are these. Welcome to my world. So, as the planet is designated grassy planet, that means that it is relatively well temperatured in its normal form, and it's very kind of Earth-like. The reason it's not a paradise planet is solely because it's having those weather spells. So you can kind of choose whether you want to accept the weather. If you want, for instance, to have a base on this type of planet, will it be a problem? Probably not. You might have to take cover sometimes, and oh well, it does happen like that. We all have to sometimes go under the ground or call our ship, and it's not a problem. It depends. I mean, I would spend quite a little bit of time on the planet before I decided. But if it was, for instance, in a galaxy of hell where it's very hard to find paradise planets, this could be a good alternative. But as I said, I would spend some time, find out how often or frequent does the bad weather actually come. Is it coming every 10 minutes? That might be annoying. Does it come maybe once a day? Well, then it would be fine, wouldn't it? So it's down to that in my mind at least. That would be how I'm thinking, and as I said, you are the one in charge of your decisions, not me. If you think you could live with that and it would be fine, then you can build a base. If you think that frequent bad weather, no, I don't want that on my base planet, well, move on, find another planet, preferably one which has an environment which is more forgiving. It's that simple, actually. But I keep saying there's no right and wrong, there is only choices and consequences. If you choose to take a planet which has some sort of bad weather, well, you know you're doing it, and you have to take the consequences from that. You have to guard yourself. You have to know that, okay, sometimes I will have to go underground for 10 minutes, and that could be the time you get yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of water even, go to the toilet, and then it's ready to continue when you come back. And your buildings will anyway protect against bad weather, like an underground cave with, so it is not worse than that. Make a base, make sure you have a refiner there if bad weather hits. Do some of your refinings, because then you're still just standing there like a muppet sometimes. Sorry, comparison to that, but that is how it is. Okay. I thought I saw something, it's gone now. I actually like the view here down over the water, but it's not really what I'm going for at the moment. There's a lot of cobalt here, so I'm actually just grabbing it. Don't get me wrong, it's pure greed. It is simply pure greed. Not like I need it, but I can use it. And by using it, it will actually help me with other things. So, it will help me staying alive longer, for one thing. And as I have read on Reddit, it's very difficult to find copper deposits. I just feel I see it everywhere, but I am very aware that it's very luck-based what you find and where you find it, where you are. So, yeah. What am I doing now? It really annoys me there's no buildings. I wonder if the two last ones is in the ocean. I'm actually tempted to go down and find out. You know what? There's some flat land down there I can call my spaceship, so I don't have to go back to it. This is actually quite good. I get a lot of things that I need, so yeah. There's more stuff. Yeah. That became a little bit abrupt. Just saying for your own sake, don't do that. Don't try this at home, that is not the best. So I'm saying to you, as I say to my kids, don't do as I do, do as I say. And I'm sure that's not helping either, but never mind that. But I will say, if you see something which kills me, don't try it yourself to see if it's correct. That is actually not necessary. think I just killed one of these and got up. It was an unidentified plant. Well, it doesn't look like it was. See, I just did the same thing twice, so I had to make a controlled test to find out if it was right, it was a mistake. Well, what the? That's why I don't like those plants. So if I want ferrite dust, I can just go for it here. But I don't feel I have to create that, to be honest. These type of plants always bring me good memories of the first survival on planets, because it's one of the first things you find out you need to survive: sodium. It's keeping you alive. One trick that they don't really make clear in the tutorial phase of the game is that sometimes sodium also comes with as a secondary. So when you have start scanning and you need sodium, actually take some of these. They might or might not give you enough to survive. So always check your surroundings. There's a long way down there. I thought it was just around the corner. Okay. I feel I've been walking towards this sea view for days now. Well, it's not wasted time, because I get a lot of my hydrogen, which I am very happy with, because that will give me a lot of fuel for the frigate missions. And that we need. I don't want impulse beams. So why am I suddenly picking up the sodium? Well, I don't know. There is no particular reason. I'm just thinking that it might be handy at some point. Which is probably true. So I'm going to jump into the water and see if there is any fishes which can be scanned. They might or might not. But before... What? So, if you make tunnels in places like this, go underground, be aware that being close to water will mean that you very quickly find water on the ground as well. Just saying. I had a friend who would make that mistake. I tried to survive the environment by making a hole, which I always tell people to do, and he drowned. It's not very deep. So there is something. That was one of them. So some things actually try to attack you, even though it's something weird. A little bit atypical what I'm actually doing, but these things which I'm kind of farming here is some I don't have much in stock of. So just to get something is actually worth it. So be aware that the underwater charging is life support, it's not ion battery. So is the last animal not in the sea? See, there's undersea caves. Which might hold interesting things as well. Or not. But if you move around and try to scan 100% of everything, I'm just saying that there are places which is not straightforward. So it might not always be what you kind of think. Oh shit. What way is out? There's an owl out there at least. And that's the last animal. So finding 11 out of 11, that's actually going to be a nice bonus. Well, no, I needed, there was, I was missing 2 animals and I thought it might be in under the sea. And I was actually right, so that was a good going. Then I will get some bonus for all the animals. 11 out of 11 is 2700, so 2750, which is not bad. I'll take it. And then actually it's more because when I upload all and get 143 more. So yeah, I don't say no when the option is there for that, because it's actually quite an easy way of getting them. So we looked at a system with no space station. So I will go back on the track for the galactic core and see where it actually tells me to go. Yeah, there is four options: a normal space station, a outlaw space station, an abandoned space station, or no space station. And the most annoying thing is with no space station is you can't use your charge. So you might have a lot of charts and they won't work if there's no space station. So yeah, that is possible. And as you might have seen, if I'm fighting too many Sentinels destroyers, I always try to get into the space station, because that is a way of getting away from the baddies. So if you run into that in a system like that, then you need something completely different. And I can show you what you need. And I actually should put a shortcut on. That one, emergency warp. Actually, I should put number 5 on that. Because that is just going into warp and run. And that one you can get from the anomaly. And that's kind of a must to have, especially if you want to explore more odd things in space, because I actually find those abandoned systems more interesting very often than the populated one. Somewhere around there. I don't know how long. It doesn't seem to take you long. It could just be to the next system. I don't know. I have noticed it's not what I have been looking at. It's never what I've been looking at. So it doesn't follow your path, but it just takes you somewhere nearby. But at least then you're safe. Or at least you survive. So boiling planet, I have not seen many of them today. And that's kind of a lie. I've been on more hot planets today than ever. But yeah, emergency warp is good as a, let's say, last option. I don't use it lightly, and the problem is when you use it, it breaks. So you have to repair it before you can use it again. And that's why I say use it as a last option. It can keep you alive in a crunch situation, but you don't want to rely on it until you repaired it again. What am I doing here? I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. Yeah, kind of. Don't use it for fun, because then suddenly you need it, and oh, blasted! I didn't repair it. What now? Well, then you might be in deep trouble. Who are you? What are you doing? So he's not doing anything. I want to be friends with everyone. Actually, it's difficult. Too sick. Nice. No, that's trade. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought he would give me nanite. Well, I can't even see what it contains of. So warp cell, gold, or microprocessor comes out of it if I dismantle it. So that's probably the same which is needed to repair it. So warp cell you can make yourself. Gold you kind of find everywhere. Microprocessor you can make yourself in at some time as well. So just make sure you learn these things and make sure you have some gold at hand, but I can't remember how much is actually needed, but yeah, warp cell, microprocessors and gold. So, but gold you kind of found that in space anyway, so that might be enough. 110 gold, it's not overly much. But you're absolutely right. You should kind of always have so you can make basic repairs, and I do that. Why is that? I actually think that was stupid what I did. Okay, he then turned to a normal one. Yeah, I don't understand completely why that was flashing. I normally actually pick the most valuable one because that's very often the best in those situations. Signal. Ah, well. They gave me a gift. I'm happy with that. I always like gifts. So I'm more interested in selling, and it's Dusty Worms is in plus. Experimental Power Fluid is in plus. These are minus, and with those prices I'm not going to sell them at minus. You see, I have collected 488 gold by mining in space, so I will say it should be easy to get to a point where you you can easily have enough to repair. They demand Storm Crystal, but they only play level price. So I'm actually not going to sell them, even though I had them accessible. I'm not really giving my things away. Let's see what's behind door number 2. Ah, some storeroom, good, or a repair shop, probably. Some boxes and nick whatever I can from them. As I've been talking about many times, I'm not a very nice person to have around in space. I go and nick their stuff. And if they really wanted to be pissed off over something, that's probably where they should start. But they don't really care about that, so I would say that that's not the bad thing. Yeah, I'm on from 10 to 8 tomorrow roughly. Yeah, Sunday is my normal day. I will be pretty sticking to my schedule from now on because Sarah is going back to work, so she will not do these all-day stream with Hogwarts Legacy. So she will be using her own evenings, and we have shared, so we can only stream one at a time at the moment. So yeah, I'm back on and only doing my schedule. Yeah, I will be here and have my normal frustrations with things. Well, this galaxy is not as bad as the last one, so. So. These are not really useful. Exosuit upgrade I can't use because my exosuit is fully upgraded. That goes with that one as well. Hadao core is not overly giving, so I'm actually going to leave them. But I'm going to say hi to this guy because he will give me some sort of gift. And let's see what that is. Oh, they had profit, so I will get coins. I think. Yeah. 59,000 coins. Wow. You earn more by killing pirates, especially if there's a reward on them, but this is kind of free money, so I would just I just take them and say thank you. It all runs up, so I'm not going to say anything about I can scan on planets and get more out of scanning a rock than that reward, but never mind. I should not be this grateful. That's I'm better brought up than that. And again, I'm not expecting to have everything handed to me in a game. Yeah, thank you. You too. Well, sleep well at least. I hope you're not playing games while you're sleeping. So, there wasn't really any interesting planets either, but I need to scan them all to make sure. There's one with gold. We're just talking about gold for repair, but that one was spoiling. We've seen that. Was that? Oh, there's more. There's life in the moon, so there should be more than I have actually scanned. That's number 5, and I haven't seen the moon. Fungal copper, ammonia, cobalt. How are we with ammonia? Well, we could go and get some, I guess. We can find some. As I said so often, that such law tells that you go for something, and that's not what you find. So ammonia is primary on toxic planets, so it might be toxic. and might not. It's not always 100% sure where you would find things, but there is a guideline. And that is, of course, always good to look for. Interesting plans and stuff, but that is only useful when I scan. Very toxic planet, yeah, I thought it would be. So make sure our toxic protection is up. Which you actually use ammonia for, but as I said a couple of times, I'm actually using the ion batteries more and less now, because that gives a little bit more of a open option. There's ammonia over there, there's a weird animal. Cobalt. Flying animals. Give a lock on them. So I do scan most things I can get my hands on, because, as I always say, it's coin for you. Use your options to get as much as you can. And scanning is absolutely free for you. It's not like you pay for anything to do it. I mean, yeah, I'm scanning a freaking tree and it gives 72,000 for that. And yes, the most beneficial thing to scan is always animals. Or as the game actually refers to them, fauna. So I was talking about ammonia. The closest is somewhere. Can you move out from my wing so I can scan you? You are not very cooperative. Is that because you want to eat me? So 261,000 coins for scanning an animal. That's not shabby. And if it's rare animals, it will actually be higher. The highest one I get at the moment is just below 500,000 for a rare animal. So it is absolutely worth it. But 250,000 I would not complain about either. So ammonia is that way. How long can I actually survive here? 13 minutes, so that's worth doing it. Hopefully I can hold the ship somewhere nearby. I normally do when I get to a ridge is just to take a quick scan, because there was actually animals I couldn't see from where I was, and there might also be other things which I haven't scanned, so doesn't look like it, so on we go. So I need the crystals in high numbers because I need to make fuel for my frigate missions, and that is one of the things which mixes to make that fuel. So that and tritium is things I need to farm pretty much on every play. What is that? So you sometimes encounter something that I haven't seen that before, so you scan it and then you get another little piece to the kind of puzzle you have. So make sure you keep an eye on your shielding. If you notice, mine is 1.5 down now. So when I get to the ammonium, I probably have to just recharge, so I'm not suddenly exhausted and start to lose life or anything else. Building, which we can take a look at afterwards. Okay. So let's just fill up before we get into any sort of trouble. So that needs a mining laser, and it gives me a glowing mineral thing. I will have to investigate what it is. It can be quite a lot of different things. Probably one of the, I think it's called exotic alloys or something like that. At least that is a possibility. It can also be something which is absolutely non-valuable. That is the things. You don't always know where it is taking you, so well, let's take a look at it. So it was here, so yeah, which was one of the little bit more rare ones. So I got stone crystals in the. I'm very gifted with the stone crystals today. I think I got almost 20 of them, so one thing I'm not complaining about, even though I don't need money at the moment. You never know when you are actually going to need money. So this is the unknown building we found. There isn't any building, but there's a waypoint, and that can be quite interesting because sometimes that reveal stuff. And there's flat ground, so I can actually call the ship as well, which is very useful, so I don't have to cross again. I actually went quite a bit from where I was to get. So let's see what comes out of this. You can actually use this to see if there's any deposit nearby as well. So what's the deposit? It was copper, I thought so. So it shows us that there is a minor settlement. Is one of those where they sell upgrades to your stuff or materials to make them. So but sometimes there's also other benefits with it. So going to go out to space and go down again. Because then it doesn't take as long as it says. This is probably not a thing which is very useful, but I find these the least interesting things to run into. But again, it's, well, it might give you something. Boxes at least, that's That's a good start. And the big yellow box of nothing. That is kind of become the bane of my existence in this game. I will say I have played several other saves. I have a main one I played for a long time, and I never had as so many yellow boxes with nothing in as on this one. However, there has also been other things, because a lot of things I have found on this one I hardly have seen on my other one. So there is a luck factor, and it is some saves you are very lucky with one thing, and the next one you make you might not be able to find it. Not quite sure what I did here, but it seems like I did the correct thing. So yeah. So he sells blueprints, and I haven't seen new ones for quite a while, so I don't think they will be refreshed anywhere. However, I don't know if it does that somewhere. Components. Wow. Wiring looms that cheap, I'm going to buy. Yeah. Sell. Do I have anything I want to sell in my exosuit? I don't think so, because I normally my golden rule is I move it over to the ship if I want to sell it, so I don't by mistake sell something which I need or which is useful. So that I use you. That is for sale, but not minus 33%. These are for sale, but not at minus 16. Same with Noradog. This one, again, not for minus. So, no selling. The thing is, there's a trade terminal as well, and I will say the prices will be roughly the same. Okay, I was hoping there would be wiring looms here, but there is not. So these are very cheap, and I'm not a trade person. However, I know these can sell for around 1,000 a piece. So I'm actually going to buy them, because if I can earn some extra money, that's absolutely fine. Minus 70% is not bad. Everything else is as it is. As I said, I hope there would be some. Well, and it's only 7.2%, so I'm going to sell that. So even though it's kind of hooked together, and sometimes there is a little bit of difference. So you should really always check the different things, to be honest. So this places under attack, and there's 3 pirates, and it's a good one to actually practice on, because they are normally relatively weak. And I should not be hitting the ground. That is a bad idea, just saying. So defending this place from the pirates normally gives you a reward and a good standing with the owner of the system. So, 1, nearly 300,000 in coins for defending them. So that's actually okay. Where I don't know I want, so I go back. Normally I always get so far away I can't find it again, and that is my curse in this and other games like this, that if I get away from where I were, then I might not find my way back if I don't have a map, and that's one thing you actually struggle with in this game. I find that you don't really get a proper mapping for your own use. I should be able to create somehow a map to get around, and I have been on this planet. I have drawn this little map for myself. So that's one thing I really would like to ask Hello Games to think about in an update. And why am I standing halfway through the table? That doesn't look healthy. Did I actually take the nanites? Yeah, I did. Good. So there is a marker here I would like to take as well. That gives nanites, so that's a good thing to do. And a big yellow box of nothing? Yeah. Can you give me something else than yellow boxes, please? So there's some broken machinery that can be very interesting. Rusted metal, that's not normal. But it gives nanites. Well, that is okay. I am happy with nanites. There are normally oh, there's another building. I'm going to mark that because I'm going to look at it. But I was looking if there is a buried. Oh, it doesn't look like it, so that's what it is. So there's a research specimen, that's a standing. There is nanites, that is good. And there's a building more. simply, yeah. Oh, now I can say yes to them. If I so choose. Okay. Then we can go back to the ship. It's amazing. Someone is driving past outside my house and I can hear their freaking bass from the car. Can someone tell me why do you need to have such a pounding bass in your car? Why is that necessary? I might just be a noob which don't know anything about music, but let's assume I'm not, so please explain it to me. I had friends in my youth which was actually very much into music, both playing themselves and also doing audio and actually recordings and stuff like that. And I have in my earlier life worked with sound as well, and I know the importance of you having proper bass and everything on your system. However, we're talking about sitting in a car with a very loud going on bass, which you can hear far outside, and actually in through the walls into a house. Why do you need that? That is my question. If anyone gives me a proper answer in chat, whether it's funny, factual, or whatever it is, the best answer I will give some resources tomorrow in the anomaly, if you so wish, as a present gift. Well, I could give them right now as well, because I'm actually thinking about going to space and call the anomaly. The only problem is I can't remember why I wanted to do that. But I'm sure I'll find out when I get there. Thing is, for me, it's always I remember things when I see, oh yeah, that was what you wanted to do. That's unfortunately one of the backside of getting older. You quickly lose your line of thought, and whatever you thought you wanted to do, it slips in the background because you are actually doing something else. which is not, in general, not a problem, but it's just sometimes freaking annoying. So to prevent that from happening, you sometimes have to make notes. And that's also fine. However, you sometimes tend to forget what your thought was when you actually made the note, and when you then write down, normally go there, you can't remember why it was you want out, because you should have made a note of what you wanted to do there, not to go there. Well, that's me learning. It could be to go and give someone a gift, but who knows? That will only be if anyone puts anything in the chat about why it's necessary to have so loud bass in your car that you can actually reach other people's house inside. And no, my house is not shitty isolated. It's actually very, very good, relatively new build. And it is actually quite well isolated. So if I can hear it, it is loud. So I mean, the brain must be coming out through someone's ears if they're sitting in a car with that. Just a thought. Might be something for a horror movie, maybe. Hello, dog. How can I help you? You say you want some cuddle. You awake again? She's been very tired today. We went on a little excursion to the old one of the, well, I think it actually is the first capital of England, Winchester. And we went there today, and she had a little bit of a sensory overload because it was so much new things. So she was sniffing and she was looking, and actually had a lot of fun doing so. And there were so many other dogs around, so she got to say hello to so many dogs. Which is good, and it's good she gets tired of it, but she's been sleeping almost all evening, but now she's waking up and coming saying hello, which is good. And when I finish stream, we might have to go a little walk. Might be what she needs. I will. So I know I stream to roughly 1 o'clock on Saturdays as well. I was never really sure whether I wanted to do that, because my intention was to kind of make a little bit of a talk show and then do some gameplay with asked if I could play No Man's Sky instead. People rather wanted to watch that, and that's actually fine with me. I don't mind. Especially as this is a game I love to play, so at least I play something I like, not something random that I don't know and don't know if I would like or not. So yeah. So that was actually a warning that my protection is not working anymore. So that's one thing you need to keep an eye on, is when your protection goes no, then make sure you top it off, because after that it will start working on your health, and that might not be the best idea to let that go down too steep, because then you are actually endangering yourself. I'm sorry, I'm standing here for a bit, but I kind of need some sugar, and the only thing I have is biscuits, but my dog might come running now, but sometimes there is buried technology between the buildings, but it is not carved in stone, so it's not always there. There might or probably is somewhere else on the ground, but that might be too far away for me to actually want to go. So I still have a unknown building mark as well, so we need to go there as well. So before we continue, I need to take a very short bathroom break, so stay put and I'll be back in very quickly. still have. I'm not closing the door, I'm just closing it a little bit too, yeah. No, Arya, no, not now. Not now, girl, no. You can have a biscuit. You want a biscuit? Piggy? No? Okay. So, yeah, stupidly enough, I put a biscuit in my mouth. No. I should have waited with that until there was a little bit of a break, but yeah, I'm checking this building as it's unknown just to see what it is. The holo thingy is only useful when you need to communicate with it, otherwise. And the weird part is, if you need them, you can't find them. At least that's my experience. So this is another black one or monolith or something like that. Again, it's law, it's a lot of those things which actually fit together to the puzzle about the game and the storyline and all those kind of things. I have heard players say, "Oh, I don't need that." No, of course you don't. But at least it gives me a place where I can dig for treasure. So, if not anything else, I can become a relic hunter. So don't call me Indiana Jones yet, but this is one of the things I do sometimes with pleasure in the game. Sometimes with pleasure. Where I don't do it in pleasure is on planets where the temperature is absolutely horrible and there is aggressive sentinels chasing you around, and it's absolutely not fun anymore. Then I don't enjoy it, but when things actually come together and it's not too bad, then it's kind of enjoyable. I'm not so obsessed yet that I dig the whole thing out. Maybe I should at some point, but I know others has done it, and I've seen some very interesting pictures on both Reddit and YouTube about it, and it's kind of good fun. I do like good fun. I do think it's all about having fun. Whatever you do, make sure you have fun, and whatever everyone else says about your gameplay, what do they know? They are not you. Where did it go? There is the large crate. I got the 3 keys, so let's get the big crate. It's hiding behind the pillar. Interesting. And I found hybrid love flower seeds. Oh. And they are valuable. Not much. But that's actually okay. What else do we have? Ship. Oh, that's mine. Doesn't really look like there is much else around here, so maybe we should think about going back to space. So didn't really find anything interesting here, so should I just so should I not? He's not dangerous or anything, so wow. All pirates are of course dangerous, but not the type that he's attacking in a horde or so. Oh, I got 100,000 out of it. That's okay. And then I actually think I will go to the next system. Which is a pirate controlled one. Raiders only shoot the pirates. Just saying. Do I have something going that way?
Navigational data received.
It looks like it's on the other side. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's go to the other side first. Where is the freighter sign? Where are you? Someone is coming out there, but can't be it. Am I at the wrong freighter? No, I'm not. It is this one. So don't be stupid. So, where is the entrance? Must be somewhere. Those are cargo ports. Okay, that was not entirely what I expected, and not have. It's a very big freighter, this one, so it's just a sea, so it's actually nothing particular. Oh well, we'll go and ask for some reward for what we did. Oh, sorry. Well, it was not bad. We got what we came for. We got some standing, some nanites, and I think we have gotten a slot as well. Or not. Oh, that was a freighter slot. Good. That was what I expected, so if I don't get what I expect, then I'm getting disappointed. Oh, the station is an outlaw station, so we can't teleport directly to our base, our freighter, which is fine. Teleport to here. Of course, I keep forgetting what I was talking about, and that was actually calling the Nexus the anomaly and do that. I kind of don't have anything to do on this station anyway, because I'm not doing outlaw missions, and that always end up to become a smuggler or something like that. So it's again empty in here. There's not many playing at the moment. That is such a shame. Well, I do know there's a lot of new games come out, and some of them attract a lot of people. So, to be honest, many might just be away from now. I don't know. 1600 nanites for scanning plans. I had one milestone, yeah. Would be 50 if I'm not mistaken. What can we give him? Oh, I don't have any food with me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Take this the wrong way around. Still have some of these, which has not. That one I have everything, that one I have everything. That one I have everything, this one I don't. I don't know how many I have. 8. So go. And I got what I could. Just going to talk to Nana. Don't know if she wanna talk to me. He, she, whatever it is. So I'm going to use this to go to our freighter and start wrapping up for today. As usual, we will be back tomorrow. At normal time, a little bit before 8, I would go live. But other than, oh wait, before we do anything, we need to look how much fuel we can actually make. Oh, that was really good. That was really good. So we have some out. Let's see down here how many we have out. And we can see if we can send any more out. So it's after midnight, so well, there's this in there. So one of discovery, there's already one out and a balanced. So the only one we could possibly send out is the balanced. So I don't have any. So there's one of each, 5 stars. So let's send that as all. Then we have something to receive tomorrow. So the food stuff I am leaving for now. Oh, I should have put that on. No, I was with it. The food stuff I'm leaving for now because that should go into the, I almost said food bank, into the proper storage for it. So I'm starting to running out of space here for this. Maybe it will be fine. So I have a lot of things. So I have for 12 million frost crystals. And the thing is, I don't really want to sell them because I do actually want to use them. I'm just going to go back and put that storage slot on. That I think is important to get them on. So look at the exosuit. What do I have there? Which actually goes there. What's that? Life support. That's a cellar. These are to be unwrapped. So these should go to the freighter. Oh, I have a lot of that. So just split it up as I usually do when I reach a full stack of those. All these go there. So that is pretty much it. And apart from me, just have to put this in order somewhere. Then I am going to actually, I'll do some refining off stream and just put the rest in the food bank. I'm not calling it the food bank, no. But yeah, you get the idea what I mean. Off stream. So I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I'll be back roughly 10 to 8 tomorrow, where we will continue where we stopped today. And we will of course start with looking at the frigate missions first, and then we will come up with some sort of agenda what we're going to look into tomorrow. So I bid you all good night and or good day, whatever the time is where you are. Here in Britain it's reaching 1 o'clock at night, so it's kind of bedtime. So may you find peace wherever you are, and see you tomorrow. Good night and sleep well.